How many people have heard of the theory of flow? This was done 40 years ago by this gentleman. I can't say his name. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. I can't say it. Csikszentmihalyi. Doesn't matter. It's Michael something, right? Yeah. So, but what he did, he wanted to know why the best people in the world are the best. And he studied artists, and he studied musicians, he studied athletes, scientists. And what he found out is that when they're doing something, when they have a challenge, they have the skills to meet that challenge. And that's called flow. So even whatever challenge they faced, they've got the skills to do. That's what they've been designed to do. But when they started to talk to these people, they all talked about the fact that there was no ego. They said time would actually fly when they're involved in this, when they're in flow. It's like, imagine being in something where all of a sudden 2 hours later, you're still, kind of having fun. It's because you're in flow. There's no stress, and you have the skills to keep this thing going, right? But what was interesting, when you look at people in that anxiety state, that's where people have heart attacks. That's where people have suicides. That's where people go home and beat their kids. And when people are so overwhelmed with challenges and they have no skills, what are they going to do? The Cooper Clinic in Dallas said when people are in that green state of relaxation, that might be the people that are retiring. And they said if somebody's retirement age and they're in that state, if they're not having any challenges to life, within 2 to 7 years they'll be dead because they lack purpose. And I realized in my life what I've been doing is taking people that were significant business people, and I was asking them to validate something that I was looking at, a business in crisis. And all I wanted them to do is talk to the CEO. I wanted them to know each other. And I said, what's your perception of what he's dealing with? What would you do? And I didn't realize until I understood this, I was actually helping both people get into flow. One felt like they're still relevant, and the other person said, you're going to help me out with a problem, right? Well, the world's changed. It's a social world. I changed this 2 years ago. Well, 4 years ago now. It's about relationships. So when you have a challenge, you have real relationships in your life. And what I realize is that when you're in anxiety, you have to be transparent. And if you don't have nobody to be transparent with, you might as well shut it down. And most people will never sit down and tell people what's really going on online. I love looking at businesses where somebody can figure out very quickly what somebody's dealing with. And what I love, what I realized in these significant business relationships, what I was looking for, what I call five percenters. And that means all they have to do is hear 5% of a story. They know the other 95%, because it's experience. And what happens is you can hear people say, I got it. You don't even have to get deep in regards to what you're dealing with. You don't have to share the ugliness. I already know what you're dealing with. So let's just focus on what we can do together, right? This is what this is about.